Okay, we'll discuss the third experiment, bistable multi-vibrator. This is one of the interesting experiments. So, aim of the experiment is design a bistable multi-vibrator circuit, verify the operation. So, first let me explain the design part. In the design specification, choose R1 equal to 10K, C equal to 0.1 nanofarads, 0.1 nanofarads. VC is at 0.2 volts, IC max 15 milliamps, VCC 15 volts, VBB 15 volts, VB1 minus 1.2 volts. So this is the data will be supplied to you. With the help of this, you have to design a multi-stage, bistable multi-vibrator. So this is the circuit diagram. So in this circuit diagram, we need to find RC. RC is 1K. Or sorry. Yeah, RC is 1K. Okay. So this circuit, anyway, let me explain this design part. So theory, a bistable circuit is one which can exist indefinitely in either of two stable states. Bistable means two stable states. What are those two stable states? One state is 1, other is 0, is one stable state. Again reverse, that is another stable state, which can be induced to make an abrupt transition from one state to other by means of external excitation. So by applying external triggering one state to other state, it will change. The bistable circuit is also called as a bistable multivibrator, Eccles-Jordan circuit, trigger circuit, scale of two toggle circuit, flip-flop, and binary. Different names are given. A bistable multivibrator is used in many digital operations such as counting and the storing of binary information. It is also used in generation and processing of pulse waveform. So they can be used to control digital circuits and as frequency divider. Frequency divider means frequency can be reduced by 2, reduced by 4, and so on. So these are all applications. Now coming to design, first you have to find out RC value. RC equal to VCC minus VC sat by IC max. If you look at this circuit, what is when this transistor is on, VC sat. So how much current will flow here? VCC minus VC sat by IC. IC is equal to RC. So that is RC. So 15 minus 0.2 by 15. VCC 15 given in the question, VC sat 0.2 given, IC max 15 given. So you have to select RC equal to 1K. Now next to VB1. Look at this circuit. VB1. Voltage at this point is VB1. Using superposition principle, when the second transistor is on, what is the voltage at this junction is VC sat. What is the voltage here is minus VBB. So using superposition principle or a theorem, if VC is at 0, what is the voltage here? Minus VBB into 10K by, not 10K, R1 by R1 plus R2. Then second case, VBB 0, VC sat is present. Then what is the voltage here? VC sat into R2 by R1 plus R2. So that's what superposition principle. VB1 is minus VBB R1 by R1 plus R2 plus VC sat R2 by R1 plus R2. One case you consider VBB, other case you consider VC sat. Using superposition theorem, you will get this equation. In this VB1 minus 1.2 given, minus VBB minus 15, then assuming R1 equal to 10, that is given in the problem, then VC is at 0.2 and solve for R2. So we are getting R2 of 100 kilo ohms. Then maximum allowable frequency is R1 plus R2 by 2C into R1 R2. So total R equivalent is what? R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 into C. So that is like a RC. 1 by RC is the frequency. 1 by RC is the time period. Is a time constant like RC. So 1 by this will give a frequency. So half cycle duration, we want to full frequency. So 1 by 2C R equivalent. This formula will give maximum allowable frequency. So R1 is 10, R2 is 100K, and 2 into this 0.1 is actually 0.1. Anyway, this you simplify later. You take C value R1 and R2. Next, this procedure I need not explain. Now directly switch over to simulation part. So remember these values. R1 is 1K, 10K given, calculated R2 100K. Okay, this is also 1K. So accordingly, we can fix the value. So this is the multi-sim circuit. You can learn so many things here. R1 is 1K, this resistor 1K, this is also 1K, we calculated. And this value assumed as 10K, that is given in the problem. We calculated 100K. Okay, so this is 100K, this is 100K, 10K, 10K, 1K, 1K. But whereas these capacitors, you take it as 0.1 nanofarads. 0.1 nanofarad. Now VBB, this is the VBB. So I have taken a power supply. Negative is connected to this end, positive is grounded. So I selected VBB as 15 volts, VCC 15 volts. Then you need to trigger through these diodes. So if you see, there is one AC square waveform, is an RC circuit. RC circuit will work like a differentiator if circuit time constant is 10 times less than the input signal time constant, input signal time period. If any high pass circuit can use like a differentiator if circuit time constant RC is 10 times less than input signal time period, half cycle time period. So accordingly, these RC values are selected. Frequency of 1 kilohertz applied, 5 volts applied. So this circuit across the resistor, what you get is a positive spike and negative spike. Spikes will be coming. because when you differentiate square wave, constant derivative is 0. When it is changing positive to negative, you will get a spike. So positive spike, negative spike will come across this resistor of 400 ohm. But what we are applying is here only negative. When negative is applied, this diode will be on. So initially, this transistor is on. Assume this is on. So, and when this is on, automatically first transistor is off. So we want to change this state. How it is possible? When I give a negative trigger, when negative is connected to the base, this transistor will go into off state. When it is going to off state, VCE will be increasing because VCE is equal to VCC. So because this transistor is off. When high positive voltage is connected to the base of first transistor, then this will go into on state. This is remain in on, this is remain in off. How do we change state again? Again apply negative triggering pulse to this diode, then this transistor will go into off state, that will on this transistor. So continuously off to on to off, both the transistors are changing continuously. So across the collector of both the transistors, we will get a square waveform because transistor is getting on and off, on and off. So output will be VCC to VCSat, VCC to VCSat. It is toggling. So this is a simple working principle of the bistable multivibrator, and these capacitors are useful to speed up the operation. When you are making this transistor off, this will force other transistor to on. That process to speed up these capacitors are called as a speed up capacitor. Okay, even if capacitor is not there, we will get it, and we may not get a perfect square wave. So fastly it should change from one state to other state. That is the basic motto. Now let us run this program. So when I run this, so this is the waveform. Okay. So observe this base is given to A channel, this output is given to B channel. And in this also, this transistor base is given to A channel, collector output is given to B channel. If you see both the waveforms, let us stop at one place. So this is the waveform. If you see input frequency is 1 kHz. So from here to here, if you see, it will be 1 millisecond. If you see here, you will get 1 millisecond. So from here to here, 1 millisecond. Even here also, if you measure from here to here, you see 1 millisecond. In 1 millisecond gap, when this negative peak is applied, negative spike is applied, on transistor will go into off state. When it is in going to off state, high voltage will come. Okay. Now, after some time, then this negative is applied to another transistor. So this transistor will go to off, then this will be on. This will be on. So let me explain. When this transistor is off, other transistor will be on. Otherwise, you can see from here to here. So here it is off, here it is on. Here it is off, here it is on, like that. So continuously both the transistors will off and on. Collector voltage is a square wave, whereas a base voltage is like a spike waveform. That's what we are applying. And whenever negative trigger is applied, transistor will go into off state. So here also when negative trigger is applied, transistor will go into off state. Like that it will happen. They are responding only for a negative trigger. So these are the waveforms you can note down. Let us see the values. Let me keep both in same ground. So now you keep this first cursor. First cursor means A1 and output is B channel. Na? So VB1 you measure. VB1 here 13.5. 13.5. When transistor is off, 13.5. When transistor is on, 2.7 volts coming. Actually, it should be 0.2 only. 0.2 only it should be. It's coming little bit more. Don't worry. So that is the result. The same way here, if you see in this channel, the 0, now DC, again here 2.7 volts and 13.5. When transistor is off, 13.5. When transistor is on, 2.7. Here also, when transistor is off, 13.5. When transistor is on, 2.7. So both transistor giving same voltage. So you need to note down the waveforms based to collector. VBE, one waveform is VBE, other is the waveform at collector. This is also at VBE, this is again collector wave. Both the channels should be in DC mode, always in DC mode. Okay. Now, once you note down the output waveforms, how input waveforms you can note down. Now, output channels 0. Here also output channel 0. Now bring this to ground. Y position is 0. Here also Y position 0. 0. If you want, you can expand. No use. This is better. 10 volts per division. You can make it 5 volts per division. Amplified version is visible. And see that in both the channels are in DC mode. Now keep the cursor. Here A, both are A channel. A means VA1. VA1. This is cursor 1. VA2, VB2, this cursor is outside now, not visible. So 1 means red is a cursor 1, blue is a cursor 2. Cursor 1 will give VA1, VB1. Cursor 2 will give you VA2, VB2. Okay, so we are interested at VA1 because the base is given to A channel. So VA1. VA1, how much it is? 0.7 volt. 738 means 0.7 volt. Then negative trigger peak going to minus 2.8 volts. Minus 2.8. Minus 2.9. Minus 2.9 spike going, whereas other one positive 0.7 volt. 0.7 volts. Accordingly, you can note down the waveform. So, which waveforms we are measuring? This base waveform, this base waveform. These are the waveforms set to transistor both the base. Previous waveforms to both the transistor collector waveforms. So this collector waveform, this base waveform, this collector waveform, this base waveform, both the waveforms you need to measure. So, so I hope you understand this. So easily you can remember the circuit. This base is connected to this collector. This base connected to this collector. 10K, 10K, here 100K, 100K. These two 100K short circuited and apply the negative voltage. This separate circuit, same circuit, 1K, 1 micro, 400 ohms. 1K, 1 micro, 400 ohms. Here I have taken 0.1 nanofarad, 0.1 nanofarad. 0.1 nano will be given in the exam, you need not worry. R1 you are designing, this R1 RC you are designing, R1 R2 you are designing. Here only simple technique is this RC time constant should be 10 times less than the input signal off cycle period. Accordingly, you can remember. Now, what will happen if it's also in DC mode? Now both are available. So if I keep on increase the frequency, if I increase the frequency at one stage, you don't get the output. So let me take this is around 40K. 40K. This is also 40K. Now let us see outputs coming or not. So still waveforms are coming. Square wave is still coming. Now stop it. Again increase the frequency to 50K. 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 Again run the program. So we are getting still square wave. Again stop. 55K. 55K. And run the program. Still you are getting 70K. 70K. Let me increase to 100K. Change 200K. 200K. still getting 8 megahertz. 10 mega. No, it is not coming. The turn off. Now 10 mega reduced to 1 mega. With omega also is clearly on and off, not coming. 0.1 mega. 0.1 mega. 1. Up to 0.1 mega reasonably coming. So just note down where this on off will not come properly. That is the maximum allowable frequency. So this transistor is changing from one state to other state. The changing time we have to give. If you keep on increase the frequency input fastly, you are asking transistor to change fastly. So at one stage it cannot do it. So I told one formula na 1 by 2 C R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So there C value you keep it 0.1 nanofarad, 0.1 nanofarad, and check it. And check 0.1 nanofarad. R1 is 10K, R2 is 100K. Using that formula, this actually you just measure it. It is coming around 0.1 mega. 0.1 mega also coming well. Now 1 mega it is not coming well. So where exactly approximately just note down. So these are the things you can observe. So this is what multi bistable multi vibrator. Bi means two stable states. What are the two stable states? Q1 is on, Q2 is off, one state. Q2 is on, Q1 is off, second stable state, two stable states. One stable to other stable states, we are changing with external trigger pulse. This is a circuit will provide negative trigger. Negative trigger we are applying to make on transistor into off. On transistor into off. When this is off, high collector voltage connected to base. So then this transistor will go into on. And later this on transistor we want to make it off by again applying negative trigger to this base. Like that both the transistors will switching from on to off, off to on. So these are the things we can learn from this experiment. So all of you go through the design part, rig up the circuit and run the program, note down these waveforms. So VB1, VC1, VB2, VC2. These are the graphs, note down and keep on increase the frequency from 1K to 1 mega, where up to what level you are getting frequency comfortable, that point you note down. That's all. So I spend nearly 1 day because it is trouble like anything different, even minor if you change, so it's not coming. So I have done a lot of work. That's why this delay. So all of you please wait. Thank you very much. I am closing.